Plenty of test match experience up front this afternoon for the Drua in the form of hooker Teviti Ekaneveri alongside Levi Natave and Misaki Dongi. Former North Harbour man Esor Nasilisila and Leone Ratui Solia locked the Drua scrum this afternoon. While it's a dynamic back three led by captain Meli Terena Langi, Elia Tanakai Vate and Bayapleni's Etonia Wanga. Experienced Frank Lamani pairs with a man making his first start for the Drua this afternoon in Isaiah Armstrong Ravula. One of the real strengths for the Drua is their midfield, where Apisalomi Vota pairs with a man who scored 9 in 14 games last season, Josefo Masi. Injury to Rukuro and Droa Sesi sees a couple of debuts in the back three, Momo and Rampitu, and a debut for Boti off the bench this afternoon, where Kemu Valetini and Penny Matawalu will look to provide some spark later in the game. What a real pleasure to be here for this one this afternoon. Alongside me in commentary, former Blues captain James Parsons. Kia ora, Jim.
Kia ora, Jeff. Kia ora, Tefano. For the Blues this afternoon, starting up front, Fusitua and Eklund, who are joining the big man Taovo, who finally gets his 50th cap for the Blues. Welcome home, Angus. Plenty of energy and enthusiasm in Darry and the debutant Berry in the second row. And the coaches have gone for the loose trio of Segner, who hasn't been able to put a foot wrong in pre-season, the skipper Papali'i, and the X-Factor machine Satutu. Out back, we have the experienced pairing of Christie and the red-hot Perofeta, the calming influence of Plummer and Ioane in the midfield. While in an electric back three, we have Clark, who is also playing his 50th game for the Blues this afternoon, the unstoppable Talia, the educated boot of Sullivan at fullback. And on the bench, there is plenty of experience, but a splash of new blood in McQuannell and Forbes. Now we go sideline to Taylor Johnson to provide an update on conditions. Kia ora, Taylor.
Bullet team, it would be remiss of me not to mention the heat here in Whangarei. It is absolutely tropical. The Drua will feel it right at home, and their fans have certainly turned out in numbers. I do need to mention, though, there's a strong breeze going from right to left, so how each team adapts to this is going to be very interesting, Jeff.
Thank you, Taylor. Beaten quarter-finalists last year against the Crusaders in Christchurch. The Drua, their season, of course, highlighted when they beat the defending champions in Lautoka. That's the one win for them in New Zealand. Then against Moana Pasifika last season. 2 close losses in pre-season against the Brumbies and the Rebels. Their attack was on full display, potent as always. And a good crowd in here to support the Drua this afternoon. Well, the devastating knee injury to Caleb Muntz on the eve of Rugby World Cup last year, and the retirement of the Drua's all-time leading scorer, Teti Tala, has opened the door for this man, young Isaiah Armstrong Ravula, to take the reins at 10. Born in Christchurch, he spent time in Australia before returning to finish his schooling at St Andrews College. The Manawatu Academy and NPC Rugby followed last season. Now the 20-year-old makes the step up to Super Rugby. Impressive run to the playoffs for the Blues last year. 4 straight wins before the campaign came to a screeching halt against the Crusaders. They have been impressive in pre-season. They've beaten the Chiefs. Wins in Japan over Suntory and Cannon. No Bowden Barrett this year, of course. On debut, Isaiah Armstrong Ravula gets this one underway for the Fijian Drua. And down in the hands of Hoskins Satutu. Once more, they bust through this time. Levi Natave cut short of the 22 for the Drua. Armstrong Ravula full of running. It is Drua debut. Kaneveri shifts it on for Momo. 19 phases for the Drua. Satutu the take clean this time in the front for the Blues. And he has scored a bucket load from here, Kurt Eklund. Whether it be for the Blues or Bayo Plenty, gets it moving forward. Be short odds here for the Blues, and their hooker scoring the opening try, very close. He's just short, good defence, the Drua. A reload again, and the try is scored. Hoskins Satutu gets it.
Second time used it.
And after relentless pressure from the Drua, it's the Blues on the board first in Whangarei.
The 22, they come away with points, and they are starting 2024 the right way. Eklund falling just short after being told to use it. They fight their way out of here, but this is a fantastic heads-up play from Hoskins Satutu. He sees the option to just reach out down this little blind side. Darry's created a nice gap, and there it is, try time.
Takes them up to the 5. Papali'i, the Blues, hungry for their second, the crowd behind them. Over 10,000 here at Semenov Stadium this afternoon. He's over the ball. Maseki Dongi. They've got an advantage and they're going to score a second try. Caleb Clark.
She saw the low numbers go to work. They see that space in behind the breakdown.
You've got to take it at the same time.
And they grab metre after metre, and looking to shoot on the forward pod. Little knock on, Johnny on the spot, Caleb Clark on the board.
And the reason they got up there too was just the pace off the back of the ruck. They didn't allow the defence line for the Drua to set each time, so they managed to march. Set was unsuccessful. Caleb Clark goes over.
This time straight through, no mistake. Stephen Penofeta bang in front. Game number 50 for the Blues.
As a defender, who do you even pick?
Well, don't forget the man in the boot of the scrum, Hoskins Satutu. He can scoop and run at pace.
Blues hunting their third scrum. On point again. And Satutu just pops it up to his halfback, Penofeta. Rico Ioane for Sullivan. And Johnson.
It's a blue wave in the north, that's for sure. Sullivan gets the 5-pointer. Great hands from Rico Ioane. A classic line from Caleb Clark as well to free up Penofeta, so every man. Plenty of threats both ways. Don't be surprised to see Satutu pop off the back and go down that blind side.
This time a bit of pressure coming from the Drua, and there's the penalty.
Got the ball back here.
First points for the Drua in 2024 in the first for young Isaiah Armstrong Ravula on debut. And they're on the board in Whangarei. Wonderful crowd, excellent support for the Blues and the Drua. The way up here this morning, we saw them along the way, flags flying proudly from the cars. And they've turned out in force. Still a long way to go. Just feel a try for the Drua. Just give him that confidence.
No!
Good to see him back on his feet. Navital Manda. Some running repairs. There's Signa. He looked interested.
Use it!
No money. Just wants a bit of security at the back. Now he puts it high. And floating there for Sullivan to take into the sky. He goes, good contest with Robert Dalmanda. There's Sullivan. Physical. The Blues player through Angus Dalval just beyond the 10. Darry puts his hand up for it, shifting it along the chain here. Clark involved once more. He's looked hungry. Off of his wing, Caleb Clark Christie trying to go for the ball as a Pele Momo. Ioane.
Gets onside, forward.
Clark again. Inside the 22 once more for the Blues. No team made more visits there than last year. As Taval rolls the sleeves up again. Talia wants to carry at first receive. He's got Josh Berry with him. Hustle plays Vern Connor. Good sustained pressure and build up by the Blues, and Berry will pop it up for Segner. Anton Segner just 3 metres out. Talia in the tight stuff, Mark Talia. Doesn't score many there. As the Blues this time again, they shift it along the chain and the captain will score. Dalton Papali's in.
Picture perfect for the Blues. No matter the number on the back, efficient and vicious in their cleans. Quick ball. Captain waited patiently. But this man got busy, Mark Talia, which always draws a number of defenders in. Tighten that defence, free up the outside just as they do a great bullet pass from Perofeta taking it to the line, and all too easy in the end.
But defensively, the Drua were bunched and they just kept going in, and that's what happens when this Blues team, they just quickly offload. Every time they hit the deck, they pop it straight back up.
Clark will move it to the 22. Penalty advantage coming. Thought he had
You're on your
rights.
knees, you're not supporting your
Isaiah
body weight.
Armstrong Ravula.
Completed and cynical.
And that's a yellow card too.
And we'll get an opportunity for another 5-pointer. I almost thought that was all over when that man got free on the...
Silasila takes it for the Drua.
Yes, yes.
Just down from half-time.
Use it.
Tarbell charges down, can he regather? Oh, pinball stuff, almost had his there for Satutu.
Good try.
And he scores his second. That is playing to the whistle at its best.
Goes unnoticed. This definitely will be noticed. Look at the chase and the pressure he puts on these attackers, and then Hoskins Satutu couldn't believe his luck. That's Christmas came early.
Oh, you can't script it any better for a man who's come back after years away playing down in the Jeeps. It was not...
There's Perofeta. Gets it on target this time. Wonderful first half of rugby from the Blues. They've scored 5 tries. The lone penalty goal to Armstrong Ravula. It sees the Blues at half-time. Perofeta gets the second 40 underway. Beautiful conditions. The crowd in full voice. Can the Drua flick a switch here? Lovely kick downfield, almost finding the touch. Chancing their arm. This is where they're so good. Fijian Drua, Rotoy Solia. Trying to drive through Panako Vata. They're under the feet of Dongi. Shifting it away. They come again. The ball is down. The try is scored. And it's that big lock forward, Leone Rotoy Solia, who scores it.
A little bit of attitude makes a big difference, and that's exactly what the Fijian Drua team have come out to do. There's been a yellow card given in back play. They were warned. Finlay Christie caught offside just before that try, and he's getting 10 in the bin for his troubles, but what a way to bounce back for the Fijian Drua.
Remember, team, as I mentioned, it's 14 Drua men. It's a huge moment. This could be a big turning point in the game.
Frank Lomani's got plenty of points last season. Sends it through, very good kick. Try is converted, the fans, the Fijian supporters. A development player that was upgraded to the main squad in the last couple of weeks. A special afternoon. Goes across the park, but it's the Blues handy. 29-10, 18 to play, Riccatelli.
That's one! The next
There's the sight set on the goal line, at the back of the Blues maul. Knock will have his hands on here. As Plummer puts his hand up in midfield. Little ball around for Perofeta. Here it is for Talea, for Sullivan. Puts the foot down and scores! Second try for the Blues fullback. And that might just about get it done.
Yet another try off the back of everyone playing their role. To Sullivan, great little quick ball there to free up Perofeta. He finds Clark, and that is not as easy as Mark Talea made that look, to catch and pass under pressure, try time.
Well, everyone did well to commit their opposite, didn't they? They took it hard to the line. They had the timing on perfectly as well. It just looks like such a well-drilled team, and we spoke about Zahn Sullivan in the season.
Designs on bigger things this year, as will the Blues. Into touch it goes. And the perfect start to season 2024 in front of a great crowd here in Whangarei. And the Blues have beaten the Fijian Drua by 34 points to 10.